All right, Mayor, I think we are good to go.
All right. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of 2021 meeting dates was published in the Hunterdon County Democrat and the Easton Express Times on January 14th, 2021, and posted on bulletin board at Borough Hall. Action may now be taken. Please join me for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Adam.
Columbus. Here. Barry.
Here.
Hughes.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Schwartz.
Here.
Strange.
Here.
And Lee.
Here. Okay, I have no comments tonight. I'll save some. I'll have something to say later. Motion to dispense with the reading of the March 11th, 2021 regular minutes.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus.
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Strange.
Yes.
And Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to approve the March 11th, 2021 regular minutes.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus.
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Strange.
Yes.
And Hughes.
Yes.
On to public comments. It is the policy of the Borough Council that all public comments on an issue shall be limited to 5 minutes per person, and no person may make more than one comment per subject. Comments may be made on any subject pertaining to borough issues. Comments pertaining to public hearings should be saved for that section of the agenda. No debating between residents. Comments should be addressed to mayor and council at the public microphone.
We're going to use the raise your hand function. If anybody has those functions, you can utilize that. Otherwise, I'm going to also ask any phone callers to unmute at this time, should they have any comments as well. Anything for 4809? Okay, I do have one hand up. Karen Go. Here you go, Karen.
Am I unmuted?
Yep, you're good to go.
Okay, so I have a question about our new garbage collection. I was on the meeting where we were talking about the new service and that it was going to be exactly the same as what we had. And I'm hearing from people and haven't experienced myself yet that they're only taking one bulk item when we used to be able to put out as much as we wanted to. So was our old contract that we can only put out one bulk item and they were just very generously taking anything that we put out there, or is it truly like, is it one bulk item, or are they just like some residents I was hearing about were saying that they're going to be charged for anything more than one bulk item. But I'm just asking because I'm doing spring cleaning and I want to make sure I can put all my stuff out at the curb.
I mean, I'm not totally sure. I thought that in the past, if you had a large thing, like let's say a couch, I thought you had to get some extra stickers or something for it. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
that was back. when
Yeah,
we
you
had
put extra stickers on.
right.
That was just for weight. But
For weight.
one bulk item was what we've always had, but they've always been very generous taking other things because we had stickers and people just put all their stickers on according to weight.
Okay.
Okay, so technically it's not, well, I guess it is legally the same service, but it's not really the same service because we don't have stickers and, right? So when I start getting rid of stuff, they're not going to take it.
Yeah, I believe they have a different transfer station that they take the goods to. So that could be what the difference is, that they were able to do that more relaxed with the other contractor than we are now.
But our contract before said one bulk.
It was one bulk
Yes.
item, yes.
Okay, all right.
One bulk item per week, correct?
Mhm.
Per week.
Correct.
So you need to space it out, I guess, one at a
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Or share it with your neighbors and go up and down the street.
Right.
Everybody take a couch. Interesting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments, questions?
Okay, I don't see any other hands. I think we're good to go, Mayor.
Okay. On to public hearings. Got a bunch. Ordinance 2021-009, mandatory marketing requirements for affordable housing. Motion to open the public hearing.
Move.
Second. Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore. Muted.
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Bonnie, I don't know if you want to, as far as I can see, this is, we have to do this, and it's just amending the code to reflect digital marketing of these units, basically, correct?
Right, new state mandates, so that's just changing our policy to agree with that.
Okay. Anybody from the public or anybody on council have any comments or questions, thoughts, concerns?
We'll use the same raising your hand function, and I have asked 4809 to unmute if they have any comments.
Motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-009.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2021-009.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2021-010, Cap Bank. Motion to open the public hearing.
Move.
Second. Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
I'm sure Bonnie can explain this better than I can, but we do this every single year. It's not controversial. We're almost supposed to lock in an extra 1% that we may or may not use in our budget, correct?
Right, for future budgets.
Yeah, okay. Any comments or questions from the public?
Ask the 4809 caller to unmute, and I'm looking for hands. Don't see any hands.
Motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-010.
Move.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
I'm sorry, who was my first? Okay. Columbus,
Yeah.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2021-010.
Move.
Second. Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry, Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-011, police vehicle. Motion to open the public hearing.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, need a new police vehicle. Actually, we put this off last year. This was one of the expenses we held off a year from purchasing. Kind of overdue at this point, and it's in the budget. Any other questions, comments?
I would just want to say that I think the Durango we're replacing is like a 2005 or 8. So it's been around a while. And I just always like to say that, we're not just, the chief has been putting this money away consistently a little bit at a time so that when it comes time for this, it's just a scheduled replacement. Just so the public knows that this is a carefully planned expenditure.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, no other comments? Motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-011.
I want to make sure I open up to the public, if that's okay, Mayor.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. 4809, I've asked to unmute. I don't currently see any hands up, but if we have nothing from 4809, we are good to go.
Okay, motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-011.
Move.
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry. Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2021-011.
Move.
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2021-012. Amend Borough Code, Chapter 866, Golf Committee Financial Disclosure. Motion to open the public hearing.
Move.
second,
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, I almost feel responsible for this one, but in a casual conversation at Borough Hall with Adam over our own financial disclosures, we discovered that the language needed to be clarified, or per Barry, I guess, need to be clarified for the golf committee. So that's all this is. It's just adding the financial disclosure requirement for this committee.
Right, just making it clear that they have to provide the financial disclosures, same as council members and borough attorney, et cetera.
I mean, and it's really not that big of a deal. And this was what Adam and I were saying. We don't have to say how much we're making. We just have to say where our income comes from. And I don't really think it's that big of a deal, but any other questions or comments?
Just a reminder that your financial disclosures are coming up.
For all of us,
In
yes.
April.
Anybody
luck.
from the public?
I will ask 4809 to unmute. I don't see any hands. So I think we're good to go, Mayor.
Okay. Motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-012.
Move.
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2021-012.
Move.
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2021-013, water meter equipment.
move,
Oh, sorry,
Second.
motion to open the public hearing.
move,
Second,
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Just like it sounds, we need some new water meter equipment, hopefully, it's more efficient than the equipment that we have now. I don't know if anybody else has anything to add.
They're actually the radio read meters that we're doing the replacements for
Okay.
around town. So this will get us another supply for the year.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome. So definitely more efficient then. Any public comments?
I do see that 4809 has unmuted. Any public comments there? No.
Okay, motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-013.
Move.
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2021-013.
Move.
second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
yes,
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
yes,
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2021-014, capital improvement municipal complex storage area. Motion to open the public hearing.
Move.
second,
second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
yes,
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
yes,
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
So this is an interesting project we're going to take on this year. I'm not sure everybody knows about it, but with the merger of the EMS squads, we were able to find a little space of the rescue squad building that we can relocate some of our files that we are paying for storage elsewhere. So it's going to save us some money annually, which is pretty nice, but it is a project that we're going to do. I think we're doing that internally, right? Or are we hiring somebody else to do it, Bonnie?
we're hiring somebody to
Oh,
do
we
the
are?
fencing, yeah.
Oh, okay, the fencing, right, okay. Any other questions or comments, public? You're muted, Adam.
And I'm going to ask 4809 to unmute there. I don't see any hands at this time. We're okay for now.
Okay, motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2021-014.
Move.
second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
yes,
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
Yes,
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Okay, motion to adopt ordinance 2021-014.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
yes,
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
yes,
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
All right, moving right along. Now the most fun part of maybe the whole year, I think, it's the public hearing on our budget. So let me see, can I get a motion to open the public hearing on budget resolution 092-2021?
move,
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
yes,
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
yes,
Schwartz,
yes,
Strange,
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Bonnie, you're on.
All right, give me one moment to host here. All right, Bonnie, you should be good to go for the screen share.
let's see. Okay, so let's look at what we got going for this year. The 2021 municipal budget. We're all glad to see that 2020 is over. It was just over a year ago that we went into lockdown and had to learn how to Zoom and meet with teams. And now, a year later, there's finally light at the end of the tunnel. Through it all, the collections remain stable thanks to the hardworking citizens of Highbridge. Services continue to be provided by the borough personnel remotely or through social distancing. And wouldn't you know, golf became the predominant sport. Other accomplishments in 2020 included the refunding of outstanding bonds for $1.1 million in cost savings to the borough, the reaffirmation by Standard & Poor of the borough's AA bond rating, repaving portions of Dewey Avenue, Also repaving portions of Mine Road off of Fairview leading to Mountain Avenue. Completion of McDonald Street improvements. The streetscape phase 2, which is about 99% complete right now. The good news for us is our average home values continue to increase. The net valuation of Highbridge is now trending up. Taxable values increased by 3.6 million in 2020, an additional 2.6 million in 21. We're now beginning the first year of our new total reassessment program, having completed our last reassessment program in 2020. Total tax levy divided into municipal, county, and school portions. As you can see from the chart, the municipal portion of your tax bill accounts for 25% of the total bill. An estimated 52% of this total levy is associated with the local school budget, 13% the regional school, and the remainder is the county. The Highbridge school levy for 2021 is estimated at 7.1 million compared to municipal levy of 3.5 million. Roughly half the municipal budget goes towards operating expenses, and approximately 1/4 goes to salaries and another 1/4 to capital improvements and debt service. This year, we were also able to incorporate the addition of 2 new police officers. Over the course of the next 3 years, our debt payments will be reduced to just 13% of the total budget due to retiring debt on the golf course, Lake Solitude, and Springside Farms. Grants totaling over $1 million have been awarded for upcoming projects to be completed in 21 and 22. Top of the list is the Washington Avenue Phase 3 and River Road Phase 1 project. The water main replacement is just being completed. The roadwork portion to be awarded this evening is slated to begin in June. River Road Phase 2 will be designed this year and bids awarded in 2022. Safe Routes to School is scheduled for design work after some delays, and Solitude House is being considered for inclusion on the National Historic Registry after receiving funds from the New Jersey Historic Trust for preservation planning. The Highlands Council provided grants to us for the following tasks that were completed in 2020: the Open Space and Recreation Plan, the I&I study, wastewater management, and master plan amendments. This year, an additional $100,000 was allocated for lake management and circulation and $10,850 for a redevelopment plan. We will also be seeking additional funding for other projects in the next round of funding beginning in June. Projects on course for this year are the continuation of Washington Avenue Phase 3 and River Road. Phase 1 is set to begin in June with the continuation of River Road in 2022. The first phase of East Main Highland Avenue, repaving and drainage issues will be addressed later this year, and Phase 2 in 2022. Additional repaving will be done in the fall for roads prioritized by age and not in need of water main replacements. Safe Routes to School design work will be getting started soon. Utility infrastructure projects include replacement of the flow meter and a bypass for the Route 513 pump house. This will be Phase 1 of 2 phases. A permanent generator will be installed at well 8 with FEMA funding left over from Hurricane Sandy. Water tower maintenance will be performed, and another 300 water meters are expected to be replaced with the new radio read equipment. Other projects are revamping the parking areas in the Commons and along Main Street, relocating the recycling center to Dewey Avenue, creating greater space for both parking and recycling and composting, refitting the first phase streetscape fixtures with new energy efficient LEDs, transferring paper records from the rented storage units to a new storage facility to be constructed in the back bay of the emergency squad building. And the restrooms at Union Forge will be renovated to accommodate handicap access. Coming soon, the middle school's student leadership members raised $2,000 in Steps Challenge and have asked the borough to put this towards a new swing set at Union Forge Park. Thank you to all that participated in this special gift. And coming soon, the new Natural Recycling Center site on Dewey Avenue, a setting that will not interfere with recreation or be an eyesore. In conclusion, the highlights of the 21 budget include the flat tax rate for the second year in a row, a slight reduction in the sewer treatment charge for a second year in a row, increased property values and continuation of the reassessment program, exploration of opportunities available through redevelopment projects, an abundance of various infrastructure projects, pursuit of additional grant opportunities with the Highlands, New Jersey Historic Trust and the county, and the addition of 2 new police officers. And that's the budget.
Great job, Bonnie.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's open it up for public comments or questions.
Okay, I think I need to get the hosting back.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Any questions?
I don't see any hands raised. I just need to get the hosting back and then I can open up the caller to make sure. I think on the participant list, Bonnie, I think if you go to more on my name, I think you can give it.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
knew you showed me how to do it.
Okay. And let's see, 4809, I've asked to unmute. Should you have any comments? Again, I see no hands from anybody else. So I think if we don't have any, Mayor, I think we're good to go.
All right, anybody from council have any questions or comments?
The only question I had was the predicted debt decrease to 13% in 2024. Is that assuming that no more, what do you call them, loans are taken out, basically? I mean,
It's based on our estimated borrowing for the next,
it is. Oh, okay. So the possibility of borrowing is included in that. That's
Yes.
okay. That's good. So I mean, sometimes people, are curious about that. That's good. Wonderful.
And I'll just add, because I was hoping, well, anyway, I'll add that we're getting, Highbridge is getting $340,000 from the American Rescue Plan. So we'll have that to spend. We'll get half this year and another half next year. And it's very specific on what we can spend it on, but infrastructure is one of those areas. So we just found this out earlier this week, I think it was, or maybe it was late last week. We have barely had the chance to really even talk about it, Bonnie and I, so, and Lynn and Leanne too. So that's pretty exciting.
yeah, it is. Definitely.
Yeah, because honestly, Highbridge, we really didn't, with the exception of the golf course loss of revenue, but we still made out ahead with that. We kind of lucked out. We really didn't lose any money last year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Bonnie's going to correct me there.
No, I think we ended up pretty good considering everything that was going on.
Yeah.
So,
So, okay, motion to close the public hearing on budget resolution 092-2021.
move.
Second?
Motion, roll call, sorry.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
Motion to adopt resolution 11320. Oh, sorry. The agenda's a little bit screwy here. Are we adopting, oh, we have to adopt the amendment first? I see. The amendment, Bonnie, again, refresh my memory.
It was just some changes to the capital improvement fund to buildings and grounds. We moved a few things around.
Okay. Motion to adopt resolution 113-2021, amending the budget.
Move.
Actually, wouldn't that be as amended already? Because what's been proposed, just want to make sure the motion is correct.
We closed the public hearing on the regular budget, then we're amending it, and then we're adopting it as amended.
Okay, so there'll be another motion after this.
Yeah.
To adopt it. Okay. Wait,
So I'm sorry, go ahead, Barry.
yeah, I just want to make sure, because this motion is amending the budget as opposed to passing the amended budget. Has the amended budget been, has the budget been amended already?
No, we had the regular budget that was introduced. Now we're amending the introduced budget, and then we're going to adopt.
Okay, so this
Amended.
motion is to amend the budget.
Mhm, correct.
Okay, okay. Not to adopt it, it's just to amend the budget.
Okay. So am I still citing this resolution? Oh, yeah. Motion to adopt resolution 113, amending the budget.
I'd move.
Second,
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
yes,
Okay, motion to adopt the budget as amended, resolution 092-2021.
Move.
second,
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes,
Moore.
Yeah.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
yes.
I apologize, Mayor, I didn't look at the next page. Didn't see the next resolution.
It threw me off
All my
too.
comments, everybody's looking at me, Barry, what are you talking about? I
It threw me
apologize.
off too.
Better to be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we have no discussion items, no more introduction of any ordinances. On to the consent agenda. And I know we made a last minute change to this afternoon. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to pull out before we approve it? No, we're good. Okay. Motion to approve the consent agenda, resolution 114-2021 through 121-2021.
Move,
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Strange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
yes.
All right, this meeting's moving along a lot quicker than I was looking at it today. Council reports. Councilman Columbus, you're up first with golf.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Golf committee met on Monday, the 15th. Some updates. Work is underway for the control panel at the pump station. We're expecting a late April completion. The front welcome shed arrived on March 16th. It matches nicely with the barn up there. It's almost like a mirror image of it, if you will. The State Golf Association completed ratings of the new red and white hybrid tee. The scorecards have been ordered for the new season. Asphalt repairs on the golf cart paths are scheduled to begin in early April. The numbers in March, the golf course opened on March 11th. It was a late start. We had a lot of snow, but it's a good start. Revenue is approximately 70K on the proposed budget, or now approved, I believe, at 36K. So we already beat the budget. And expenses are approximately 60K with 70K in the budget. And 10K in EBITDA. It's probably the best first quarter we've had, so it's looking very good for the first quarter. With the movement of the memberships going into the first quarter and a little at the end of the fourth quarter, it looks like a good first quarter there. So March is looking strong. We'll have more updates in April on how we finish. Some upcoming events at the course. We have the Members Golf Association kicking off the season opener scramble on April 17th. It'll feature two events. They will feature two events every month for the summer season. A barbecue follows the opening and the closing of the events. On April 26th, we have the 12th annual Highbridge Hills Classic, which will be hosted at the Highbridge Hills Golf Course by Voorhees High School. Over 20 regional high schools compete at this annual event. And that's all I have for golf, but I do have an exciting announcement from Comcast. As I've been in communication with them, I received information that Comcast will be putting out a press release that basically gigabit speeds will be coming to Warren, Hunterdon, and Morris counties. So we'll have more information over the next month, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. So a lot of happy people should be people should be pretty happy soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't have any updates on when it's coming or what the where we are in the list, but I have calls out and I'm waiting for callbacks. So I'll keep you all posted on what I hear and hopefully have more updates in April. Hopefully sooner than later. I did get an email. I have the blast service. I got an email. I don't know if anyone else got this, but they increased the blast from 300 to 400. So that was pretty cool. I don't know. That just came out of nowhere. So I think they're starting to roll out some upgrades. I know they haven't really done anything to our plant, but to do the 1 gig, there's probably going to be some work that needs to be done here. So more news in April, hopefully some positive
Great.
news.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Ferry.
Historical Committee. The committee welcomed 2 new members this month. We now have all seats filled with 7 members. The committee launched its new Facebook page titled Highbridge History. We are currently pleased to announce its success and positive interaction with the community. In the last 28 days, the page view is up 2,400%. Page likes are up 1,456%. Post reached increased 13,577%, and post engagement is up 762%. Page followers increased by 1,825%. The committee is beginning its project to obtain oral histories from longtime Highbridge residents and have met several new volunteers ready to work with the committee and collaborate with other volunteers. Furniture, shelving, and storage cabinets have been generously donated by several individuals and are now set up and operational in our new archival space. One of our newest committee members is beginning to comb through the archival items and will begin scanning and categorizing these items. The committee has continued with renovations into the interior decor at the Solitude House. They've begun painting, changed some light fixtures, and acquired new furniture and artwork. Some of the art pieces include an original Lewis Taylor reproduction of a portrait of Lewis Taylor that was given to the chair of the committee by Lewis's 5th generation great-granddaughter that she found, I believe it was on one of the genealogy websites. The most recent donation, an antique phonograph, was donated by Shirley Clark, a longtime member of the Highbridge Women's Club. And this item was added to what is evolving into the Solitude Music Room, where one day the committee hopes that the community will be enjoying recitals, music events, and gatherings. Women's History Month was honored with posts on the committee's Facebook page of influential Highbridge women and special Solitude House tour and interview with Mayor Michelle Lee. You may view this interview on the committee's Facebook page or on Mayor Lee's page. Danucci Roofing Company generously donated gutter guards for the annex building at the Solitude House, and thank you, Danucci Roofing. Committee members began a massive landscape cleanup at the front driveway entrance of the Solitude property. Overgrown invasive plants and leaves have been removed, trash was collected and properly disposed. Moving on to the Events Committee. In place of the Easter egg hunt this year, this weekend, starting at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday out at Union Forge Park, there'll be an Easter Bunny procession where the Easter Bunny and Mayor Lee will be making their way through the borough. For procession details, please go to the Borough website to the events tab or check it out on the new Borough Facebook page. Also check out the Easter basket contest. The rules are on the Borough website or on our new Facebook page as well. Deadline for that is April 2nd, midnight, to submit your photos online of your Easter baskets. Also, a very exciting new development is our new Borough Facebook page is now up and running. And thank you to Lynn Copeland, who is the chair of the events committee, for setting up and administering the new Borough Facebook page and the new Highbridge volunteer group. The intent of this page of the volunteer group is for the borough committees and event planners to utilize and streamline scheduling events and volunteer resources. When accessing the group, a questionnaire will appear asking you for your area of interest. Springside Action Committee this Saturday at 9 a.m. The Springside Action Committee is meeting up at Springside Farm for a second spring cleanup of brush. Please email the committee at springsidecommittee@gmail.com if you'd like to attend. And if you're a new volunteer, please complete the volunteer waiver on the borough webpage prior to attending. And for more event details, please check out the event flyer on the borough website. And also, I'd just like to give a shout out of a thank you to all of Highbridge's dedicated volunteers. The energy this spring is amazing and incredibly uplifting after an especially hard year for all of us. So thank you.
Thanks, Natalie. Councilwoman Moore, Finance.
All right, mine's gonna be nice and short after Bonnie's presentation. The first half of the homestead benefit credit will be applied to the second quarter tax bills due May 1st. You will be receiving a revised bill in the mail in the next 2 weeks if you are eligible for the credit. And the interest moratorium for the utilities has been extended by the governor through June 30th. And that's it, short and sweet.
Thank you. Councilman Schwartz, DPW.
All right, I have a number of DPW announcements. Let's see, brush pickup will be the weeks of April 26th, May 24th, and June 21st. Residents need to get their brush out by 7 a.m. so they can get picked up. Leaf bag pickups will be Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm assuming during those same weeks. And if bags are needed, they can be picked up at the DPW between 2:45 and 3:15, Monday through Friday. The Commons was open this past Saturday for brush and leaf drop-off and will be open 2 Saturdays per month from now until November. For specifics dates that it will be open, residents need to check the borough calendar, and the time frame that those will be open on Saturdays is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Water meter replacements are ongoing, and if residents want their meters to be replaced, they all eventually need to be replaced. Please contact the DPW and schedule a replacement. And also, street sweeping is going to start in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for little signs that tell you to move your car so they can do the street sweeping. As far as DPW work, according to Rick, the golf cart paths are already being repaired, or they're going to be repaired this upcoming week. They're working on pothole repairs and have been doing that for at least the last couple of weeks. They've worked on Mine Road, some roads in Solitude Village, Fine Road, and they've still got some more potholes to fill. They worked on 2 water main breaks, one at Custom Alloy and one on Washington Avenue. They have ordered supplies for patching at the Krieger Road Bridge. And that work, the patching work, is going to happen this upcoming week if weather cooperates. And it's my intent and hope to discuss a more definitive date to have that bridge permanently repaired, replaced, hopefully by the next monthly meeting, but we'll see how that plan plays out. As far as the engineering and contract work that's going on, West Main water main work is complete. Only have one item for punch list. I believe it's a painting of a fire hydrant. The Washington Avenue water main installation is nearing completion. They're missing some parts. And I expect, or we expect, that within the next week or so, that portion of the water main work will be complete. We met with the borough engineers on March 16th, and they will be finishing touches on the pump house, the sanitary pump house renovation scope. I believe they're supposed to be doing that this week. And hopefully we'll also be getting funding from the Highlands Council for that work. A lot of the other items we talked about, Bonnie's already gone over in the budget. One other item of note is the county bid opening for the paving of 513 and Main Street was supposed to be today. I believe it did happen today. And we need to contact them to coordinate the timing of that work. We believe it's going to happen sometime in the May, possibly early June timeframe. Our next engineering meeting is going to be on April 13th. That's all I've got.
Great.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if you've heard anything about this. Maybe the mayor has. It occurred to me when you were talking about painting fire hydrants. We had a resident of Clinton Township approach us about a fire hydrant just over the line that we supply water to.
Yeah.
Do we know? The resident claimed that they've been talking to us for years and we hadn't responded. So I was curious if we have any kind of information of like what the time frame is for that getting dealt with.
Well, we did respond to the resident, and we did get a price to replace that fire hydrant from Revax, the company that's currently doing the work down on River Road. The timing of it, I think I'd have to ask Bonnie if it's been negotiated or not.
In case the person logs in to watch our little meeting, it'd be nice to hear that, just so they can see that we're on top of it. That's all.
It's in the works.
Yeah. I
We've
didn't
been in
doubt.
communication with the resident.
That's good. No, that's good. I'm sure. That's all. That's all. Sorry.
Well, Steve, you're up.
Oh, okay. That's right. Okay, so I have things in a few different places here. I'll start with the fire reports. We had a transition, of course, from the Chief Smith the older to now Chief Smith the younger. And so the new chief is Sean Smith. And so I've got January and February's reports here. Back in January, and I hadn't gotten the January one previously. Those are the last two I have. They had, as of January, just the first month of the year, 545 hours of staff hours for doing work, drills, responding to alarms, et cetera, in the first month of the year. And then in February, despite the cold, they still had another 12 hours that they staffed because they're moving through different locations and things. 17 alarms, 2 drills, 2 work details in February in the midst of all the snow. For a total of 387 hours actually in that month. So about 800 so far for the year. If I move over to police here, and we pull this up. I have the stats. They've had a very busy month in February with over 1,400 total calls, 151 vehicle stops, investigations and accident reports, a few arrests. 3 officers have completed internal affairs training, but they've been very busy, really kind of getting out there. I think the 2 extra bodies and younger people that are very excited about proving themselves is getting some energy going in the police department. If they're out there working hard and getting a lot of work done. It's been a very busy month. Let's see here. In terms of EDC, I guess that we had a meeting in March, and we're kind of reviewing the goal of contacting the businesses in town, and that's moving along, kind of making a contact point between EDC and the different businesses and the HBBA, so that there's kind of a person to reach out to each business and have a little more personal contact as we try to get there. ideas, their desires, their concerns, to the town through the EDC. So that was that little program is moving along. People are, the different members of the EDC have signed up for different businesses and that's moving along. A new item of business that was discussed and brought up at that meeting was the idea of having, as we continue to try to direct people and think ahead to directing people where we want them to go when they arrive at our town, having QR codes posted on a small, a simple poster that just says, hey, you need more parking? And have a QR code that they can scan, or want to get food, QR code that they can scan. I think we have a sample of one of these posters that I had given to Adam. Would you be able to put that up? Or
no?
So it's obviously, as I said, a very simple thing, but if it's in the right place and it looks like that, thank you for visiting Solitude House. Lots more to offer. To the left, if you hold that QR code to the left up to your phone, it then links you to whatever we want it to link to. And so in this case, this one would go right to the Google Maps screen that we have on our website that, it's up on our town website that shows restaurants. It shows the various locations. There would be another one that goes to the trails map or to parking locations around town or whatever it happens to be. And so we have a list of specific locations we wanted to, and I'm trying to find that list here. Give me a second. A list of specific locations we wanted to direct people. One of them being the middle of town to go get food. One of them being the parking spaces when we're looking at the falls, for example, in the summer. Here's where additional parking is. Others might be at the Commons lot to have one that says looking for more bike trails. Here's a map, and they scan it and they see simply the map. That's all they see. Or they direct them to our town website. So this is an initiative. And then we had a subcommittee meeting about that. Sue Balsamello came up with the sample slide there to give people a sense of what the posters would look like. But of course, posters and things around town have to be approved by council. So once this is being presented, I'm telling you so that you have an idea of what the idea is, and then we'll have the actual posters to be approved for hanging at the next meeting. So that was actually, once again, something similar came up during a trails meeting, the idea of connecting and really getting this information connected so that when people get here, they can easily access the other information they need. Adam suggested putting QR codes on the brochures that then link out to other things, possibly menus for restaurants, so that you're directing people. So more information can be contained in that piece of paper just by having those links. So anyway, so that is moving ahead, and that's kind of a current initiative the EDC is working on just at the moment. I guess I could say there was also a separate from EDC. There was a meeting of the Trails group earlier that our mayor kind of initiated. A very productive meeting talking about the same kind of thing, connecting the information from one trailhead and the group that manages it and another one with our town website, and getting that information out to various demographics so that they know when the trails are open, when they're not open, where to park, and where to go to eat afterwards, etc. So I think it's going to be a good initiative. Hopefully it can be up and running before stuff starts to happen. For one thing, it'd be nice to have it ahead of time, like in June or May, so that we can then begin tracking which ones are more effective and which ones are directing people to where, and then maybe adjust them in June so that when we hit July, we've had a chance to do a test run and an adjustment and then put it up again. So that's kind of the plan right now as we look ahead with EDC. The actual posters and links will be available to look at all of them for the next meeting. So I believe that is all I had.
Councilwoman Hughes.
I just have a couple of things from environmental. Saturday, April 17th is the Raritan Headwaters, Raritan River Stream Cleanup activity. And we have a group of people meeting at Union Forge Park from 9 to 11. However, the Raritan Headwaters, due to COVID and things, want you to be in smaller groups and stay with your group of people that you come with. And they like you to pre-register at the Raritan Headwaters site. So other years, we've just let people kind of come and hang out, but we may have to restrict that if you show up and have not pre-registered. Saturday, April 24th is our annual electronics recycling at Union Forge Park, 8:30 to noon. Reminder that if you bring any Freon items, it's $10 for each one. Bring exact cash or a check made out to the Borough of Highbridge. And Pedals for Progress, every so many years, they like to hook in on our recycling day and do their bicycle and sewing machine collection. And I read somewhere that they're on their 30th or 31st year or something of being in existence. And Dave is a Highbridge resident. They've done wonderful jobs around the world, fixing up bicycles and sewing machines. So they'll be doing it on the same day as we have our electronics event, just across the street on the little corner pod that we've allowed them to use in the past. So save those bicycles and sewing machines for them. And that's it.
Thanks, Lynn. And it is their 30th. I just got a card from them.
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah. All right, Bonnie.
Yeah, okay, so the budget has been my big priority for the past month or two. I'm glad that's been adopted, so now we can move forward scheduling and planning on what we're going to do for the rest of the year and try to get all these great projects done that we have lined up. Lately, also been working on historic preservation grants, coordinating that with the committee and the architects that we've had out to look at Solitude House. We're planning on applying to for a county grant that's due at the end of this month, and then we're also going to apply to the Historic Trust for another preservation grant in April. So hopefully we can get some funding and move forward with some projects there. And then, coordinating the water main projects with the road projects to follow and trying to make sure everything runs smoothly. So that's it. Keep them busy.
Great. Okay, I just have a few things. One is we started up a Hunterdon County Governing Officials Committee. So another committee, this one of just the mayors and governing officials, council members, whoever would like to participate. If there's someone in this, I think Natalie, you were on that call with us, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
I am
okay.
actually the secretary to the group.
Oh, I didn't even.
I forgot to tell you.
Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's a good time for the local elected officials to get together and talk about what we have in common and hopefully try to make that energy spread, because we're all in this together. And I think our goals are mostly the same when it comes down to what our local issues are. So I'm excited to be a part of that. I've been doing these mayor's walks with Mayor Kovach from town of Clinton every Sunday. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of people join us. It's been interesting talking with Janice and getting her thoughts. We did have a call and I kind of blurted out before, but Janice and I were talking about how we're each going to, well, she was telling me what their plans are for this American Rescue money that we're all going to get, because it's a sizable amount of money for our small municipalities. So she's got some ideas and we'll be talking with that amongst our hybrid group here. We introduced the budget, flat tax, which is very exciting. Hopefully the schools are kind and we don't have to see an increase. Big thing, as Bonnie mentioned and Steve mentioned and Lynn and I have been talking, is we're really starting to prepare for this spring and this summer, because we did find out that Spruce Run Reservoir will indeed be closed again due to algae. So we just really have to get ahead of what we may see a lot of crowds coming in and learn from some of our mistakes last year, learn from what went well last year. I think every committee right now is probably talking about parking in Highbridge. So that's really a goal to not only expand the parking, but really identify the parking so that anybody coming into town knows where to park and where they can't park. And that even includes this parking kiosk that we're looking to purchase for the Commons that is run by an app that Chief Bartman would have the app, and we could literally monitor the entire borough through this app with one kiosk. So we're going to be having many more meetings about that, hopefully by the summer, which would be awesome, but we'll see. And then I think that was it. That's really it for me. So any questions, any thoughts, anybody else last minute? And 343,000 again to Highbridge. So that's going to go a long way for us. And that's all I have. So on to the second round of public comments, 5 minutes per person.
All right, we'll use the hand raise function, and I'm going to ask 4809, last 4 digits, if they have any public comments they'd like to make. I've asked them to unmute. Don't currently see any hands. I think if our call-in caller doesn't have any comments, I imagine we're good to go, Mayor.
All right. Communications, Adam.
We have the monthly tax and finance reports and an annual landlord registration relief letter.
Okay, bill list.
We have a total of $923,141.56.
Okay, motion to approve the bill list.
Move.
Second,
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Grange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
All right, there's no further business. Let me get a motion to adjourn.
Move,
Second.
Roll call.
Columbus,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Moore,
yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Grange,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
All right, well, we
I
got
didn't
a
hear
lot
Schwartz
done
either.
tonight, 61 minutes,
All right.
a lot done. So next council meeting, April 8th, 7:30 via Zoom. See everyone there.
Okey-dokey.
Care, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night, all.